talked about it, and we'll be ready. We've got answers ready to go. We'll have a contingency plan. We'll be prepared. Those guys are ready. That's awesome. And if they're not, it's still awesome. We'll play accordingly.
You make that point all the time, Dan. Like, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You've got a 69-man roster, but in terms of like practice and preparation, right? Like, there's a lot of chemistry and that goes into playing in the secondary, and you've got Trey Flowers and Arthur Mallett, these guys that just arrived. Like, what is the practice approach this week, and just making sure you've got some of these new pieces acclimated if they've got to play a bigger role?
Well, you do the best you can with it. The good news is all of those guys have gotten reps. Every one of those guys have gotten defensive reps. The guys on practice squad, I'm talking about all of them. Hallett's gotten reps. Flowers has gotten reps. Rock, obviously, is already going. He's getting reps at different positions. Millette has gotten reps. Strickland's gotten reps. So those guys have gotten reps. Now, is it, the same amount of reps everybody else? No, but they're in there. They know the game plan. They're prepared to play any and all. Listen, that's the hand you're dealt. We better be ready. We
talked to John Morton this week. He said, against a Spagnuolo defense, sometimes you just simplify things to counter, I guess, the looks he presents, the challenges he presents. Is it similar with the defense that's banged up? I mean, do you just have to simplify and really get down to the core of what you do?
Yeah, I think you're always going to probably lean back on that more than the other, just to calm their world down a little bit. And, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that we're all on the same page, and at least you can reduce that kind of stress, by simplifying it a little bit. Now, the flip side of that is you can become a sitting duck, if you're not careful. But you have to weigh that. You have to weigh what means more to you versus that opponent. So we'll be ready. I've talked to Shep. We have an answer defensively, and offense is the same way. Spags has done a hell of a job. He's one of the best D coordinators in this league. He's outstanding. Those guys, they've been together a long time. They've seen it all. Bolton, runs it for him, and they're on the same page. So they've got answers. They're no different than any great defense or great defensive coordinator. They're going to try to take away what you do best first. Like, what is the one or two things you hang your hat on, and let's shut that down. And if something else beats us, so be it. So that's what we have to be ready to counter.
Yes, your thing with Brian specifically. Did you get good news yesterday? Or is that something that's a concern?
With who?
Brian? Just,
With who?
With Brian Branch.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. What sort of news did you get? Is that a long-term concern?
No, I don't think so. It's just, there again, it'll come down to how he's going to feel for this game. But I don't feel like this is some long-term thing, by any means. I feel like we're going to get him to the game. I really do, but we'll see. I can't sit here and guarantee it either.
You guys have gotten so much production top to bottom from your front seven. How valuable is that in a game like this? Not just having guys you can rotate in and out, but guys with diverse skill sets you can maybe, use to do different things against a really good quarterback.
Huge. You get in these type of games, and then you get where we're kind of talking about right now with what we may be going into. Well, you spread the burden, you spread the load, and so there'll be more onus on that front seven, or front six and nickel. Those guys are going to have to pick up the slack in some areas and reduce some stress off the back end, just to help out. And they'll be expected to, and they will.
Speaking of that front seven, you gave Aleem a 50-50 shot last week. What's his percentages look like this week?
51-49, one way or another. Mac's getting better and better. He looks good. Our whole line hates him right now. So, but he's getting better. It's the best I'll tell you right now.
If he can play on Sunday, how much can he reasonably take on right now?
Mac?
Yeah.
Man, I think you could, I think being smart, you get him 20, 25 plays, I think being smart, that's the right thing to do. Yep, he'd be ready for that.
Dan, Dave, Reiner.
Is there a part of you as a coaching staff, and even the players, that since you've been through this, you have to embrace the chaos? Like, this guy's a maybe, this guy's a maybe. You sit with your coaches and say, here's what we can do. Here's how we can make this work.
Yeah.
You almost have to embrace it.
Yeah, you do. I think that's part of the challenge. I don't want to say it's fun, but this is the stuff that makes you, this is, not everybody can handle this. And I think is where I feel like we thrive, man. The coaches, the players, the atmosphere, all of it is, we kind of love this, man. You're being tested, and, you're kind of in the dirt a little bit, and then we like it a little dirty. So this will be good.
I want to go back to something you said at the beginning of the week, just how much respect you have for Kansas City, just by the amount of winning that they've done. I think it's 7 straight AFC Championship games. And you guys have done it here now for a few years straight. Maybe people outside don't realize how hard that is. Can you just explain, the longevity to do it at that level for a long time?
Yeah, I mean, it's to be able to come back year in and year out and stay hungry, stay competitive, do the right things, don't get complacent, eliminate entitlement when you've been a champion over and over. I think that takes a special kind of group, a special kind of coaching staff, a special kind of leadership, players, the whole thing. And so what they've done is special. All those years New England had, man, with Brady and Belichick, that is so difficult to do. And so I've got the utmost respect for those guys. And that's why they're never out of it. They're always going to have a chance because they have that. They got that makeup. They have that winner's makeup, man, that champion's makeup. But that's right up our alley. We love this, man. This is you want to look back on this a few years and say that's what we've become.
You feel like that's building with you guys. It's 3 or 4 years now.
Absolutely, it's building, and that's what we preach here. Our players believe in it, and you got to stay hungry. And every game, man, is a new game, and you got to take it personal. You got to take it personal.
Back in 2023, golf was in shotgun quite a bit. I mean, is it easier to be in shotgun against a defense like this where they are moving around a lot and changing looks and blitzing them?
Yeah, I think it can help just get back from the line a little bit. It helps. He's got height too, so with the gun, he can kind of see things a little bit. And I do think can kind of help him maneuver a little quicker than maybe under center. But the under center is where, with the run game and play pass, that's where you got to counter it. Now there's its own challenges with this defense too, under center, and you start getting in cut splits, that creates issues. But yeah, I think that's a good assessment.
Thank you.
Yep.